University of Wisconsin-Madison this week hosting a talk on the migrant caravans moving towards our southern border. And get this, they're labeling the migrant refugees and comparing their plight directly to that of European Jews during the Holocaust. Insulting to history, insulting to anyone who lost a family member in any one of those gas chambers. Insulting to anyone who lost a family member in World War II. Joining me right now to discuss, Fox Nation host Britt McKinney and Campus Reform contributor Emma Meshell. Good to see you guys. I know you guys have been looking into this there at Campus Reform, and thank you for all you do, because you really shed light on some of these crazy things, and it's important to bring this to the public so they understand what's going on in these universities. Walk us through what you saw there at this particular university.
Well, really what we're seeing here is a sloppy rush to conflate what we have going on currently at our southern border with the people that were fleeing their lives from Nazi Germany. And it's important to have these intelligent discussions on our university campuses, but they need to be rooted in facts, not in feelings. So it's very important that we are actually looking to the facts here, which is that the migrant caravans at our southern border are not being targeted for their ethnicity, they're not being targeted for their religion, which is what those Jews fleeing Hitler were doing. This is not even remotely the same thing, and it's an insult to those who have lost people from the Holocaust.
I mean, Britt, it's kind of different if you're coming here for a better economic opportunity than if you're actually fleeing a place like Nazi Germany, being threatened with your very life.
Yeah, it's just absurd on its surface. You know, almost 1.1 million people were killed in Auschwitz and the surrounding complex there. To compare that to just a president who wants to reduce $700,000 in aid that Obama was giving to Central America, to put America first, which I think was a positive step, enforce a stricter border. Americans aren't trying to demean migrants. The seeking of asylum has increased under Trump. He's just trying to make things legal and fair, and to twist that into a narrative on a liberal university or a liberal platform that we're racist or we don't like other people is just a distortion of the truth, and it's not what this administration is about.
And look, the reality is, Emma, we're an altruistic society. We want to help other people. I get all that, right? But at some point, there's a limit. And I'm going to quote Dianne Feinstein here, who said back in the 1990s, we cannot be the welfare system for Mexico. We cannot be the welfare system for all of Latin America. I do think that there are things that we can do on the margin to help. For example, we can't allow this nut job down in Venezuela to continue on. That's wrong. He's hurting his people. He's starving his people. And consequently, yes, they're leaving in droves. That's going to be the worst migration crisis in the Western Hemisphere's history, thanks to Nicolas Maduro. There are things that we can do to help. But you know what? I bet you anything, people want to stay where their family is. They want to stay in their own country. But you need a political and economic support system that makes it possible for them to do so.
Yes, and as you're talking about this, there's room for debate on these issues. There's room for debate on immigration and even on refugee law. But what's counterproductive to getting somewhere with that is when you call people Nazis for wanting border security. That is an insult to people who believe in rule of law and who believe in having a secure border, and it's counterproductive. It prevents us from actually getting to make policies that can solve these problems while also retaining security at the border.
And a lot of those photos circulating of the children that we saw in cages and everything that was dramatized, that happened in 2014. It's been happening. Bipartisan support to have stricter immigration reform has been there under Obama, under other administrations, but they just want to attack Trump and make this partisan.
No, I know, and they don't want to give him an inch. This was his platform. They do not want to see him succeed, and so they're, recreating history in the process, especially at these liberal universities. Britt, Emma, good to see you guys. Thank you so much. Okay, we got a lot more Trish Regan Primetime coming up next. See you here.